am muted once again. Y'all caught me again. But thank God that StreamYard always lets me know. But hello. Welcome again to another magnificent Monday. We are here and in Miss G's Ladies Lounge. Listen, I'm so excited on tonight. Have just we have just the best guest in the house on tonight. And so I'm excited. I'm excited. I can't wait to get her out here so that we can go ahead and get this chat started. Listen, thank you so much for popping on in here. Thank you to all of you. If you're your first time visitor, we would like to welcome you. Welcome you. What they said in church, welcome one, welcome all. Welcome to Miss G's Ladies Lounge. Listen, I am your host, Gwen Finley, Miss G. That's me, and I'm here tonight. I am excited about what is happening, all even in the atmosphere. There is so much that is uh, going on and producing a great harvest for people who are ready to reap. And so tonight is no different. We are going to talk about we're going to continue the conversations that we've been having as we started 2024. We started out with talking about the new you. We started out talking to grow and prosper in our business and be successful with our visions and our dreams as we've been going forward. So we are going to continue that conversation tonight. But as I have been advertising tonight, it is the second Monday of the first quarter. And on the second Monday of each quarter, the first, second Monday of each quarter, we are going to be doing a special segment. So here we are tonight, Miss G and Erika B. We are going to actually be coming to you in just a few minutes to chat with you, with all of our family members and friends. Listen, y'all popping in here. Y'all must like her or something like that. She got some folks popping on in here. Yes. We love it. We love it. So let me finish introducing myself. Okay, I started. I'm just a little ADHD sometimes. But anyway, so my name is Gwen, and I am the host here at Miss G's Ladies Lounge. I am also a visionary startup coach and a visionary author. And so I have been blessed to be able to write two books that I have just released recently. My second book in November, and we're still talking about it. We're still excited about what has happened and what is going to take place. So my first book, Let the Vision Speak. And then my second book I have now is Perfectly Flawed The Diamond Status. Perfectly Flawed The Diamond Status. And so we're excited tonight. I am here. I love working with individuals and helping individuals to understand that they always have something on the inside that can produce a life of excitement and a life of fulfillment when they materialize, or even what's the word I want to use? But when your dreams are able to come into fruition and into realization. So here we are today. All right, so that's enough about me. Listen, that's enough about me. But if you want to hear more about me, feel free to go on over to gwenfinley.org. That's GWEN Finley, Finley.org. It's all right there on the top of the screen, gwenfinley.org. And you can read more about me there. You can find out more about what I do and all the great things that God has done in my life. Listen, we here at Miss G's Ladies Lounge, we call this the relaxation station because we want you to be able to sit back, relax. The song, actually our theme song, You haven't heard really the lyrics, but our theme song says, "Sit back, let your hair down, and let us do the talking. We're going to talk to you and we're going to chat with you, but we want you to be interactive." I love an interactive audience. So make sure that you get in that chat. I see y'all already popping in that chat, popping in that chat. Yeah, yeah, keep it up, keep it up. All right, so you can chat with us as we go forward. Listen, I'm going to stop talking about myself and about everything else because I want to bring my guest on in. She is amazing, amazing, amazing. The amazing licensed professional counselor and certified substance abuse counselor. She is also a writer, an amazing writer, and she'll tell you more about herself. But I just wanted to pop out a few things. Listen, she is a writer with Hope Magazine. She is an author, and she is I think it's maybe a second time author. So she's got some exciting things to tell you about even on tonight. Some new things that have popped on up and have occurred. So we are ready for my guest. Are you ready? Are you ready? If you're ready, pop in that chat. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. All right, so listen, I am getting ready to bring to the stage. Won't you put your hands together, give us some heart, some love, share and like, tag, all that good stuff, and let everybody know coming to the stage, Miss Erika Brooks. Woo!
Hey, 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 hey,
Hey
hey.
there, darling. Hey there. Hey
I
there. Hey
am so happy to be back in the lounge with you.
there. Yes, we're so happy to have you. So happy to have you. And we're going to get started in just a minute. Let's just greet all of these wonderful people who have popped in here on tonight. We've got my girl Helen, who is faithful. Faithful. Do you hear me? She is
Huh?
here every week, even if she just has to pop in and pop out and come back and watch the replay. Thank you so much, Helen. We're so glad to see you. Looks like we got Diane Byers Branch. I know she coming because she know you. And but
Yes, that's
thank you
my
so
girl.
much for joining us in the lounge on tonight. We've got Carlethia joining us again. Thank you, Carlethia. Marie Scott, that's my
Oh,
family. That's my family coming all the way from
hey,
Florida.
hey,
Yeah.
Florida.
And so she put herself in there. So
Mm-hmm.
listen, we got one of the Fab Five hanging out tonight for a few minutes with us.
Oh,
Hey, Fab
my
Five.
sister.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Miss Ayana, she's
Yana.
been here. I think she's been here with us. Have you been here with us?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we've got Ayana here, and then we have yeah, so we're getting ready to go ahead with this chat on tonight. Listen, we're smiling a whole lot and we're okay with smiling, but we also want to have a serious chat with you on
Mm-hmm.
tonight as well.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said, over the last few weeks, Erica, we have been talking about how, starting from the first of the year, we've been talking about building ourselves up and preparing ourselves for the business and for the success, for the manifestation of the vision. And it takes work. That's one of the first things I talked about in the beginning of the year. It takes work. You got to put your leg work in. So on week 1, we had the new you. On week
Mm-hmm.
2, we talked about this being the year of the underdog because
Mm-hmm.
many of us have been in the shadows and behind everybody else's limelight. But it's time for us to move out from under someone else's shadows and
Mm-hmm.
come on out and allow the vision that's inside of us to live and not be so focused on being the underdog, but moving from that space. And then the next week
Absolutely.
we talked about business, but not as usual. So you can't be lackadaisical, as some people like to say. I don't even know if that's a real word, but they love to
It
say it.
is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you can't be lackadaisical. You can't be just complacent and expect something new to happen. And we talked about the definition of insanity. doing the same thing over and over and
Over and
over
over
and
again and
expecting new
expecting
results.
something different. Yes.
It's
Yes.
just not going to happen. The
Yes.
business cannot be just as usual. You got
Mm-mm.
to get out there and
Mm-mm.
do something
Mm-hmm.
different. Do some. See, I got on my fun hair. That's what the girl at
Mm-hmm.
work called it. My fun hair. I had to do something different. I went to see Tabitha
Uh-huh.
Brown last week, and she said I did a new thing. Do some. She said do something different with your hair. So I had to go do something different with my hair. And you know what? I love it. I love it. It's messy and I just love it. All
We
right.
we
So
gotta do it every now and then. You
every
gotta
now
have some
and
fun
then.
with it. Yeah,
It can't be
absolutely.
predictable. You know what I'm
No.
saying? Sometimes you have to be a little unpredictable. All right. So the next week we talked about getting social because we know you and I have been to the conferences and we hear it all the time. And if you have a dream and a vision and you just hold it inside of you, it's really nothing but a thought. It's
Mm-hmm.
not really going
Mm-hmm.
anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got to get it out there. You got to get social. And so last week we came to the okay, now it's time to make sure
Well,
that
that's
your
sounds
body
ready.
is ready.
Yes.
Because if your body is not ready for what's about to come, you already
Mm-hmm.
failed,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Absolutely.
If your body is broke down, you already messed up.
You got that right. Yes.
Prepare yourself. And we talked about the physical man being prepared.
Mm-hmm.
So tonight, we're moving into the mental. So we know that it takes mind, body, and soul in
Yes, it
order to
does.
do something great.
Yes, it
So
does.
tonight we are moving into the mental. Mind over matter. Ain't no stopping us now.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Hey, listen. And we came up with that little subject together. So
You know, I love the title "Mind Over Matter." Ain't no stopping us now. I don't know
mhm,
if people remember, and I might date myself a little bit here, but one of my favorite songs, and it
mhm.
was out when I was very, very young, I will say that, is
I was
McFadden
older.
and Whiteheads. Ain't no
Uh-huh.
stopping us now. We're on the move.
Yes.
Exactly. We got the groove. Because
Yes.
once we make up in our mind, there's no stopping us.
Mhm.
We will get going and we're going to get to where we need to get. But we need to take a couple things with us. We need to take that mindset. We need to
Mhm.
take that good mind health. And we need to
Mhm.
take whatever our higher power is. For me, it's
That's right.
God.
That's
God's
it.
got to direct us and drive that ship so
That's
we can get to where we need to go. That's right. McFadden and Whitehead ain't
Madden and
no
Whitehead.
stopping us. You know, once we
Yes,
decide,
yes,
we make
yes.
up in our mind to do something, we get it done. And I'm
That's
going to
right.
say, thank you so much for inviting me. I've been
Absolutely.
following up with you in the whole series, and I will say, yes, we do have to take that mindset with us. We have
Mhm.
to do all that preparation that you said. And I see
Mhm.
Ayana's comment there about the fun hair. I'm going to
Yeah.
tell you, back in June, I
Mhm.
made a change with my hair. Um,
Mhm.
I had been rocking the natural for years, but you can't really tell it here. I have sister locks that
Yeah.
make it's so much fun.
Yeah.
It gives you different attitude. It gives you
Mhm.
um different feel. It gives you
Right.
excitement. Doing those little things really
Mhm.
do motivate you, and they
Right.
do get you moving. So
Yeah.
if you saw me earlier today, you probably seen my hair in 3 different styles by now.
Both
Uh,
of us. Both of us.
but
Yeah, the
you know,
versatility.
the versatility, but that's the thing, it's mind over matter. You can
Mhm.
rock the fun hair, because the fun hair is going
Mhm.
to be to have fun. Let's bring some enjoyment, some laughter, and discussion with this topic today. You might put on your serious hair, might be a little bit of a bob or something that shows that you're the business professional woman. You're ready
Mhm.
to command attention. we've got
Mhm.
we can do those things. It's okay. It
It's
is
okay.
all right.
Mhm. It's okay. And like I said, sometimes we're predictable, not just for other people to be predicting us, but we ourselves. And we, as I said, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Sometimes just doing something different helps you to have a better result, helps you to
Mm,
have a better mindset, and even to have a better day. And so, just making a simple change can change the outcome for you. A simple change can
yeah,
change the outcome. It doesn't have to be
absolutely.
drastic.
Absolutely. Um, one saying that I love to hear is you can't open new doors with old keys.
I love it. I love it.
Um, and there's a reason we have to open different doors because
Hmm.
sometimes we grow out of that room that we
Hmm.
were first in.
Right.
And so we need to go into the next room or to the next
Hmm.
house or to the next building so that
Right.
we can continue to learn and to grow. And that
Hmm.
if we stay in the same room or the same space, that stifles us.
Right.
Our mind's not growing. We're not going to
Hmm.
be able to go much further. We're going to stay in that stagnant point. So
Hmm.
we have to remember, what is the thing that we're looking for? Are we looking to grow? Are we looking to keep moving? Are we okay with the status quo? And if you're
Hmm.
okay with the status quo, that's fine. But
Right.
you cannot expect to move further
Hmm.
if you don't take the steps.
If you don't take the steps.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as we are in 2024, the times are just so, I was telling the audience over the last few weeks, the times are just so ripe for people to be able to make a lot of those changes, things that you couldn't even consider doing before. You now have a little more access. And so when we procrastinate and we sit
Mhm.
back and wait for something else to happen, sometimes we miss even those doors. Sometimes we miss those moments because we did not allow ourselves to move when the access was there. So, it's gotta be a nurturing moment. Here's where we come into a moment of nurturing even our mental status, even our personal well-being. So let's just talk a minute about how we can nurture and protect our mental health and wellness, as that plays an important role in the success of our lives and our
Mhm.
vision.
Mhm.
To
Well,
me,
one of the things I always say, well, let me say this. Um, I think that this pandemic, this time of being home, um,
mhm,
this the pandemic gave us a lot of time and it gave us a great opportunity to start thinking about what we really wanted to do, where we really want to go, who we really want to be. We were stuck in the house for months.
you
Um,
were
so, well, let me say this, and I
um,
deeply appreciate all of
no.
my first responders and my essential personnel. But I'm going to tell you, I'm considered essential personnel, and I was still working. And people
Right,
said that they had all this time to sit and relax and didn't have to go in. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, I'm
right.
proud of you because I had to be on that computer working every single day. We got out on Friday for the shutdown, but Monday morning we were back at work online. But for
But
those who
but but I was actually out in the streets,
right,
honestly, because of
right,
home care. I was actually out in the streets,
hmm
but we even with that, we still could not go to many other places after that. So you had to come home.
no,
You couldn't run the streets and do
right.
all of that. So you had a lot of downtime. Go ahead.
Right.
I'm sorry.
And so, no, you're fine. And I appreciate you saying that. But in that downtime, when you came home, you
Hmm.
had time to think about, is this what I really want to do?
Mhm.
Do I want to stay doing this? Do I want to keep going in people's houses even though there's a pandemic?
Yes.
It afforded us the opportunity, number one, to be more technical and
Mhm.
to explore the World Wide Web and the world beyond our boundaries, because that's all we could really do to keep in contact with people was to be virtual. Now, some
Mhm.
people, they took that as a great thing. They were happy they didn't have to deal with people and they could just talk to them through the computer. Others struggled with that. That was a big struggle for some people. But during that
That's
time, I encouraged people to figure out what works for you. Are you one
mhm.
of those people that need to be around people? And
Right.
during this time that we can't actually be face to face, how do we manage that? How do we
Mhm.
keep that contact going? I am a person who thrives on being around people. So for a little bit, this was driving me crazy that I couldn't
Really?
go and see people, couldn't touch people, couldn't hug people. Oh goodness, couldn't hug people.
Mhm.
That drove me crazy. But I figured how to feed my need, which was having virtual parties. We would get on, it would be like four of us online where we could talk,
Oh, nice.
which
Okay.
fed into that need for me.
Right.
But it still fed into the needs of those introverts who really didn't want to be around people. So they
Mm.
decided how often they wanted to be on.
Okay.
But one thing with the pandemic, it allowed all of us to figure out, okay, is this the place where I want to be in my life? Do
Mm.
I want to be, um, do I want to stay in my job for me as an insurance care worker,
Mm.
as a therapist? Is that something that I'm interested in? Or do I want to look at starting my own business? And if I
Mhm.
do, how do I do that?
Right.
We had plenty of time to stay inside. So a lot of people took the time to invest into themselves, starting
Mhm.
to come up with the plans. Whenever we want to do something, we have to plan.
Absolutely.
A lot of people say, I don't plan. Yeah, you do. Because if you stop and think about it, you think about what goes into it
Mhm.
so that you
Absolutely.
can be successful.
Mhm.
And so some people wrote vision boards, some people wrote plans, some people just came up with it in their heads.
Mhm.
But in order for us to be successful and for us not to lose it per se, to
Mhm.
fizzle out, we have to come up with a good plan.
Right. There's a saying
Mhm,
that if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. Yeah.
mhm,
So you gotta have some strategy. You gotta have some kind of blueprint to
mhm,
where you're going and what you're doing.
mhm,
And even that um, is a part of nurturing your mental wellness.
mhm,
Because if you have to be frazzled because you're now trying to do something and you waited till we're back to talking about the procrastination. If you waited till the last minute to get everything done or to implement things that needed to be implemented, then you're messing with your mental well-being.
mhm.
So
Yeah.
now you got to figure out how to make it all work
Mhm,
in this little box of time that you
mhm,
have, or space or whatever. And now, like you said, if you have not planned, if you have not nurtured the things that you need to do, now you are at a point of breaking down your own mental wellness as well.
exactly. Because if
Mhm.
you don't plan, if you decide to do something, you have an idea of something that you want to do, but that and you don't plan it, that's nothing but a dream.
Mhm.
A dream is an idea. A dream is an idea without the plan and without the work.
Absolutely, without
And
the plan, without.
I know we've all been through the times where we've decided we're going to do something. We waited until the last minute and we just threw it all together. Well,
Yeah.
how did that work for us? We ended up stressed.
Hmm.
We probably feeling frustrated, angry, anxious. So now, if we plan, if we come up with our ideas, we come up with the step by step way to do it, and we
Mhm.
get some people involved to help,
Right.
it's going to be more successful. We're going to be
Mhm.
less stressed, and we're going to be more excited about the outcome.
The outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's great. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, you are a writer with Hope Magazine. Last year, I
Yeah.
had an opportunity to work with them for their event, and
Mm-hmm.
I said to Angie, I was like, we had so many meetings. Oh my God, I was like, I was meetinged out. But by the time we got there, we pretty much knew everything that should happen. And I've been in a lot of areas of doing things with
Mm-hmm.
people who
Uh-huh.
love doing things at the
Yeah.
last
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah.
And so it was very different for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, how many more meetings can we have? But every every time we met, we discovered something else we had to do, or something else we had to take care of, and the stress of it was totally removed, because now you know what to expect. When
Mm-hmm.
you get there, of course, there's always going to be something. There's
There's
never
always going to be a
it's never
hiccup.
100%.
Correct.
But we were so more prepared than usual that
Mm-hmm.
we were able to even factor in the time for the errors,
Mm-hmm.
what to do, how to make and how to adjust. And we
Mm-hmm.
even had time to sit and talk about that and make those changes. We even had a very big last minute change that had to take place. And we had the ability to do it because we were not on moment
Yes.
9674.
Yes. Yes. Well,
You
and that's the thing. I tell people to plan for the unexpected. We had
know.
recently. I was speaking live on an event, and there was some unexpected hiccups. But
Absolutely.
for those who didn't know, we
Hmm.
flowed very well to where
Absolutely.
people thought it was absolutely wonderful. And you have to plan for the hiccups sometimes. So you
Hmm.
look on the front end of how do you plan for that. I've been
Right.
a part of planning for events where unfortunately the guests didn't show.
Yeah. Hmm.
But
Been
what
there.
we had was a backup that
Hmm.
someone could step in because we thought just in case, let's
Just
get
in case.
somebody to be a backup. Let's plan this to put into this space. And it didn't have to be anything major.
Hmm.
You put in some fun events, you do some games, you do some giveaways, and you can plan for that time. But the
Right.
important thing is planning because that reduces the stress. That
Hmm.
keeps your mind clear, that
Hmm.
keeps you focused, and that keeps it so that you enjoy what you're doing. Because if you get frustrated as you're doing this or you get angry, what's going to happen with the plan? You're
Hmm.
probably going to just up and stop.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, we I can't say enough for planning, and and in minding um the business that matters, get people to help you. I'm going to tell you now, there are some things I know I am not good at.
Hmm. Absolutely.
I know how my time works. I would much more prefer to spend my time talking to people, whether it be an audience, whether it be one on one, versus doing the marketing, doing the outreach, and especially the billing. I enjoy the benefits of the billing.
Hmm.
I don't
Right.
want to spend the time doing
Right.
it.
Yeah.
So I work with someone who enjoys doing that, who doesn't mind calling insurance companies to make sure that this gets paid out. So you use those people and those things that can
Mhm.
help make it easier for you.
That's
Um,
interesting. Yeah.
yeah.
I just said that to my boss today because we were talking about some things, and I said, listen, one thing I don't like is dealing with that financial piece when it
Hmm.
comes to things like that. And I was saying to her, even when I was saying to her, when you have the ability to find that person who can do those things, that's where you step into that moment, because if not, you're going to be frustrating yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not something that you're comfortable with, or not something that you're even proficient with, or, you're just overworking yourself for no reason.
Absolutely. I'm not
No
overwhelming myself over something
reason.
that somebody else can do easily. And
Yeah.
I realize that we all have different gifts. And it's
Mhm.
it's much like with my family. So I'm one of three. I'm the middle. My brother is the one that is great with sciences,
Mm.
biology, chemistry, naming a bug, he's good at it. But he's
Yeah.
also really good at organizing things. He's a nursing home administrator.
Okay.
My sister, she is
Mm.
the one that's good with the numbers. She will
Mhm.
crunch a budget like nobody's business and then say,
Yes.
you can't spend that money because you need to pay this. Me,
Mhm.
I'm the social science person. I'm the person that likes to talk to people. I'm the person that likes to bring people in. So when we have to do things together, we know whose strength is what, and we
Mhm.
play off of that,
Mhm.
which makes for a happy family.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, it took me a long time to learn that, because I've always uh, felt like, not I didn't feel like I was the only one that could do it, but I
Hmm.
always felt like I had to do it.
Hmm.
Like there was
Ah,
nobody else to do it.
Superwoman. The Superwoman.
Not because I felt like I wanted to do it,
Hmm.
but I never would say, "Can you help me with this?"
Hmm.
Or "Can you help?" I didn't like asking for help
Hmm.
or whatever. So I just try to do it all myself.
Hmm.
And that's where you find yourself um, lacking and
Hmm.
causing yourself, again, this unnecessary stress, that you don't have to have, because you're
Hmm.
trying to do it all. And
Hmm.
so in these last few years, it's been wonderful to be able to see how you can incorporate others into the dream and the vision. It doesn't
Hmm.
take anything away from the dream
Mm-mm,
or the vision,
mm-mm,
but it
mm-mm,
actually adds to the dream and the vision, because now you have this person over here who has this expertise, who is not going to weigh down this portion, because they're supposed to be over here doing something else, and they're doing this over here, and they don't really know how to do it, and they're trying to balance it, and they're imbalancing the
mhm,
whole
mhm,
project.
mhm.
So
Absolutely,
yeah, and Diane
absolutely.
says teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes,
That's
it
right.
does. And
Yes,
you
yes.
know, you have to know what works for you and what doesn't.
Mhm.
And sometimes when we share with others, sometimes others just want us to ask
Right,
them
right.
to do something.
Yeah,
But sometimes you don't, if you don't ask or you don't say anything, you never know what somebody's strong suit is.
absolutely.
You
And
never
they
know.
could be right in your presence, right in
Absolutely.
your presence. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, there's another saying that there's no I in team.
Mm, that that's funny that you say that. I have a niece who's 8. We went out yesterday for my mother's birthday, and
Mhm.
we were at the dinner. We were at dinner, and she said at lunch, and she said, "Aunt Nikki, that's my nickname, Aunt Nikki. There's no I in teamwork, but
Mhm.
there is an M and an E."
Oh.
I said, "Oh," she said, "You know what that means?" I said, "What?" She said, "That means I'm in the team. I'm part of the team.
Mhm.
But there's no I, so it's not just one person." And I was
Right.
like, "That's so smart of you." You know,
Mhm.
and our kids are learning that at an early age,
Right.
that it's not just us. You know, they don't have to wear that superwoman cape,
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
right. That's right.
which we learned early on. Yeah.
So let's move to tomorrow is Wednesday, is Valentine's Day.
Hmm.
So, you have a lot of people here who, I don't know, y'all single over there, y'all married. What's your status? We got some singles over here, we got some married folks. Listen, as people are approaching even, holidays or days, of remembrance and things like that. We have one lady on here who has a birthday on tomorrow. So, there's so much that uh, people don't take the time to really um, make themselves enjoy the moments.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they get even stressed out with the business aspects that they forget to take time and really just enjoy life.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's
Mm-hmm.
another area where our minds are being inundated with, work and all that. How do you encourage your clients to take moments like this and spend moments, or even those who maybe you deal with, because I think you also deal with grief and things like that,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
tell us how you take these types of moments and make them successful for that busy businesswoman.
Well, and
What's
I've
the
been
thing?
talking to a lot of people here lately, especially as Valentine's Day is coming up. And previously, we had Thanksgiving and Christmas holiday where a lot of people are alone. They're single. And I will tell people a lot of times, remember first and foremost to love yourself. You can't
Mhm.
expect anybody to love you until you love yourself first and foremost.
Mhm.
I remember years ago, um, as a single woman and dealing with being alone most of the time, someone suggested to me to date myself. I was like,
Mhm.
crazy, dating yourself? But it was an exercise that ended up being a lot of fun, um, which I now still do from time to time. I take myself on dates or out on outings that I enjoy, um,
Mhm.
that I celebrate me and the stuff that I've done. And I'm starting to try to incorporate that into my schedule, into my life on a regular basis. For
Mhm.
example, I'll take myself to dinner. It's, I'll give myself my favorite treats. I'll take myself out for manicures, pedicures, things that I enjoy because I remind myself I have worked hard, um, giving to others, taking care of a business. Um, so it's time to also make sure I take care of me. So that may be little things like taking myself to the nail salon every couple of weeks. The other thing is make sure that again, you're using resources to help you. Um,
Mhm.
I love my calendar book. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love, love it.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen my calendar book, you know that I love the stickers and I love the different color pens because
Okay.
it makes it interesting for me and
Mhm.
it keeps me on track so that I don't have to keep it all in my head. I can let it go at the end of the night because I know I wrote it down.
Okay.
I also tell people to think about, you know, getting assistance, whether it be you hire someone to help you,
Mhm.
whether it be you get an intern or a student to help.
Mhm.
But the major thing with all of this, with the holidays, with grieving something, or is getting help, honoring yourself, honoring
Mhm.
what the feeling is. If you're feeling worn out, exhausted, make sure you take a moment out. Make sure
Mhm.
you're talking to somebody. Um, Now, make sure the people that you talk to are
Mhm.
sound.
Well, my.
You get good advice. And it's
Right.
okay. It's okay to not be okay. It
Mhm.
is okay to have down days. It is okay to
Mhm.
not feel like yourself. But what you have to do is you have to remember to keep getting up. You cannot be okay, but you got to know where to go to start back on the path
Mhm.
of being okay.
All right. Now that's awesome. How many of you out there that's listening to us today, how many of you actually, take time to do something, even if it's not Valentine's Day? Do you just take time? Because some people I know don't really buy into, as they say, we don't buy into Valentine's Day. And Valentine's Day could be any day, because
Mm-hmm.
if you're celebrating love, as they say, or loving yourself, that can happen any day. But how many of you actually take the me day? You have that me time, that me day, that you take time to really just, love on yourself and treat yourself, or give us some idea in the chat if you're one of those people that actually take time to take care of yourself in the way that you are allowing yourself to de-stress and
Mm,
be happy. Just taking a moment to be happy. Last week when I spoke about, the physical, even with that, I talked about, a little spa that I went to last week, and just I just went for just a few little things, just get my little eyebrows done, my little
mhm,
lashes on, and it was just a day that I took the entire day, and I took my time going out. I went to the store and I bought myself a little new pair of pants to wear, and and that just was a day that I don't get very often, but I
mhm.
took that moment and it just felt so great. And I found this little, not little, but I found this nice new spa, and I'm like, I can't wait to go back, because
Exactly. You might
and
have
I
to tell me about that. I need a new spa day.
we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Listen, come on. I don't see y'all saying nothing in the chat. Don't none of y'all
Here's
none of
something that
any
I'm
come
curious.
on, chat with us. Chat with us.
I'm curious about whether or not those who are online with us right now and those who may be listening to the replay, how
Mhm.
many of you actually use your sick time at work
Mhm.
to
For
take care of
something.
yourself?
Right.
We
Not
had a
just waiting
discussion
until you.
at work. We had a discussion
Mhm.
at work last week, and the young lady said that she doesn't take time off for her
Mhm.
birthday. She said
Mhm.
this was the first year she took off for her birthday, which I was just absolutely shocked. People don't do that because I think my birthday is a national holiday, right? Um, but we need to have those moments that when we're
Mhm.
just not feeling it, that we
Mhm.
take a day off. That is
Yeah.
what your sick time is for. And people fail to realize that your sick time is a part
Mhm.
of your salary. You That's part of your
Right.
salary package.
Absolutely.
Take that time off
And
and rest.
yeah, because if you don't use it, what happens? You
You
lose
lose
it,
it.
and it goes
Yeah,
back to the company.
it
And
goes
guess
back
what?
to the company. So you
They're
left
not
money
gonna
on
get
the
it to you
table,
later.
right?
You left that money on the table.
Exactly. Yeah. Here's the other thing I ask people, do they do? Do you just create a me day where you stay home sometime and just
Right.
relax?
Yeah.
Anybody that's listened to me talk before knows that my show is the Golden Girls.
The Golden Girls.
The Golden Girls. And so, it's gotten to the point that so many times people will not call me at 10 o'clock because well, first of all, it's 10 o'clock, but they'll send me a message and say, I know you're watching the Golden Girls now.
Right.
Because that's the thing. I give to people all day, and I do mind
Mhm.
my business. I take care of my
Absolutely.
business. But that's the time that I take to replenish myself with a laugh.
Mhm.
So what is the thing that you do to take care of you? Do you take your baths? Do you take, showers? Do you write? Do you read?
Mhm.
Watch movies? Are you one of those that binge watch movies? What's the good stuff? that you do to take care of you. And
Mhm.
that's what I encourage everyone to stop and think about and create that time.
Create that time.
Hmm.
For me, one of the things that I love to do is just take a drive through the country.
Oh,
I tell
yes.
you, that is my moment. And people are like, "Oh, I hate driving," and I'm like, "Girl, just give me the keys. I'm gonna drive wherever."
Exactly.
Just driving
Exactly.
through the country. I don't have to really be going anywhere. And sometimes I can do it for 2 and 3 hours just driving through
Hmm.
the country. I've ended up in Charlottesville. I've ended
Oh,
up
nice.
in Lynchburg. I've ended up in North Carolina. I've ended up
Hmm.
so many different places just going out of my house and just getting on a country road and driving
Just
and
driving.
just looking. It's sometimes not even any houses really. Most
Hmm.
of the way, I'm just looking at trees and grass and the beauty. Sometimes, whatever it is that you need that's going to help you to, you know, have that woosah moment and
Absolutely.
de-stress.
Absolutely.
And yeah, you have to
Absolutely.
sometimes. I love what these ladies are saying. So let me back up. So Diane said, I do things for me all the time: stay at home, watch movies, read a new book. My counseling sessions are me time. Awesome.
Yes.
And then, of course, Linda here, she says, listen, Linda, I envy you. I tell you, I can't wait. I can't wait. She says, I'm retired, so I'm always doing
Oh,
something for myself: nails, hair, and massage. Listen, my boss and I, we talked for the last Friday. She kept me in her office for about an hour. Today, she kept me in the office, and all we talking about is retirement. We're both at that retirement age, and we're just talking about, oh,
man.
just imagine. So listen, there is something that happens when you just take that time for yourself and you just enjoy your moments. It doesn't have to be an all the time thing, but at
Mm-mm.
least once a month or once every 2 weeks or maybe even once a week. And I was telling someone the other day, I said, I very seldom actually spend. I used to spend a lot of money on myself, just go every pay period. And I used to work at Macy's. I wouldn't even get home with my check.
Oh, goodness.
I
Yes.
would be
Yes.
buying new stuff before it even came out. I
That's
would put it
that's
on
why I
the
never worked in a store.
but then I got to the place where I just wasn't spending money on myself for a long time. And I said recently, I said, I remember a woman that I grew up under, and she said, one of the missionaries in our church, and she told us, she said, I don't care what you do, every paycheck, you need to spend some, even if it's buying yourself a pair of stockings. She said, you need to, before we church folks, we pay our tithes, we give our offerings,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
before you start paying all these other things and
Mhm.
paying all these other people and buying this for that person and
Mhm.
doing this for that person, get yourself something to say, I worked hard for the last 2 weeks and I made money, but I'm also going to enjoy some of it. You just never know how life can turn in a moment.
No,
And
you
if you
don't.
have not taken that time, what they said, don't let it be said too late.
Don't let it be said too late. My grandmother used to say, when I can spell able
Mm,
was when she was gonna do things. When I can
mm,
spell able.
wow.
And I always thought about that. When I can spell able, what did she mean by that? And
Mm,
and my mother told me as I grew up what she was saying. But I never wanted to be that person that waited until I could spend able.
right.
So I would buy myself something that I wanted. Um, if it was, as we were coming up, if you didn't have enough money, you to get something, you put it on time or on layaway, right? So you would take that little bit of money and you would pay
Right.
on your layaway to get whatever
Mhm,
it was that you wanted.
mhm,
Um, as I've grown up, I have a line item on my budget that's
mhm.
me.
Right.
It says me. There's no, it's not a bill. It's
Mhm,
it's for whatever I want.
mhm,
But I make it things that don't cost a lot. You know,
Right. It
for the
doesn't have.
ladies, if you're a jewelry person, look at paparazzi. It's like $5 for
Mm-hmm.
some jewelry, and they have cute pieces. Exactly, they have really cute,
Paparazzi.
they have really cute pieces. Um, it can be a lip gloss. It can be nail polish. Um,
Mhm.
it can be a bubble bath. It can be a hair accessory.
Mhm.
We can find little things to spend our money on. Again, like I said, I love my stickers for my planner.
Mhm.
I get a pack, I get my stickers or I order pens. You find what makes you happy and
Mhm.
you invest in you. Because when you do, you're not resentful of the work that you do. You're not resentful of the bills that you pay. You have a little bit of fun that allows your mind to rest a bit. So
Absolutely.
absolutely create your budget, create your me space. I don't care how you put it. Lots of people say they have vacation funds. They have when they get this amount of money, they're going there, or when I get this done, I'm going here. Why wait? We are not promised tomorrow.
Absolutely.
And a perfect example is we never thought we would have a shutdown
Right.
where almost 4 years later, we still are not 100% back to normal.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So just keep that in mind. Take care of your business, yes, but
Mhm.
along the way, make sure you're taking care of yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it won't that will keep us from stopping.
Yeah.
Can't
Yeah.
stop
Ain't
it. We doing good and having fun.
Yeah, and so it's as we said, it's mind over matter. You
Mm-hmm.
know, a lot of times we just think that we can't do so much, but we can do a lot more if we just think about it. Sometimes we waste. And one of the problems I had with the driving, and I had to come to this realization because at first it was a once in a while thing. Then it
Mm-hmm.
became an everyday.
Mm-hmm.
So then I had to realize, okay, I'm wasting gas. I'm wasting money in gas,
Mm.
driving, driving, driving. But not only that, I think I was watching, I don't know, it may have been somebody that was on Charvette's show or something one day. Hey, Charvette, you joined us for a little while. We thank you. But I think I was watching someone and they was talking about how we say we don't have enough time.
Mm.
And so I was wasting time. So there's two sides. You can't you can't overdo it, but you don't want to underdo it. So I was wasting time driving around all the time instead of getting things done. When I stopped all the driving, I got my books completed. I got, some other things that I wanted to get done. I got some of those things done. So again, mind over matter. You got to be careful. Don't let yourself get so engrossed in doing certain things that you forget the things that are really necessary.
Mm-hmm.
But also, so balance. Learn how
Mm-hmm.
to balance yourself better.
That's
Learn
what I
how to
was going to
balance
say to you
time.
about the drive. The drive
Yeah,
is something that feeds you. So don't
absolutely.
completely X that out,
No, absolutely
but
not.
figure out how to make that drive purposeful and make it
Hmm.
more meaningful, but
Hmm.
also that it's not cutting into the time that you actually have to feed into what you need to get done.
And that's what I was
Mhm.
doing.
Mhm.
I was spending, I would go out on Saturday, my only day,
Mhm.
where I didn't have to be at church and I didn't have to
Mhm.
be at
Oh.
work. And it was a day where I could get some of those things done. And I was driving. Here's the thing. I was driving thinking about what I wanted to do, thinking about, oh, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna and then by the time I finished driving all those hours,
We didn't get
Got
anything
right on it.
accomplished on that list. Well, and you know, that's funny you said that. I told a friend of mine, I said, I had this long list for Saturday and I didn't accomplish anything. But
Right.
what I did do was at the end of Saturday, I wrote down, I said, I didn't accomplish what I had on my to do list. But what I did accomplish was I relaxed.
That's it.
I
Yes.
laughed with
Yeah.
my friends. I
And
was
that's okay.
able to sit and enjoy. So look at what you do and the benefit of it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, next week, will I do more? Will I get that list accomplished? Yeah. But I
Right.
figured out how to divide my list during the week so I wouldn't
Exactly.
be overwhelmed, but still
Exactly.
got in my time that I needed.
Exactly. So we're running out of time. We've
Oh,
probably been out of time a long time ago.
we always
But
have
the
such a
last,
good time talking.
I know. So the last point that we want to just remind you back again, is that the mental wellness
Hmm.
feeds into everything.
Hmm.
So as I said, we talked last week about the physical. Your mental wellness feeds into your physical wellness, which feeds into your ability to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. You want to
Yeah.
speak on that a minute?
Yeah, keep in mind if your mental is not well, then you can't do the physical. If the physical is not well, then you can't do the financial. If you can't do the financial, then you can't keep going. You can't
Mhm,
sustain. So keep the mental, keep the mental, the emotional, the physical, mind, body, spirit. It all
mhm,
works together. So what you need, so take that walk, get
mhm,
that fresh air. That reinvigorates those good endorphins in our brains that will give us a little bit more energy to do the work that we need to do to keep our businesses rolling.
mhm, mhm.
I can't stress it enough. If you need my help, give me a call,
Mhm.
uh, email me, um, stop by on Facebook or Instagram. I'm available. I'm always willing to help and to talk.
That's right. That's right. And Erica is an amazing, amazing counselor. I need to stop by her office myself
And
a couple of days,
the
a
good thing
couple of
is
days
you
out
can
of
do
the
it
week.
from home. You can do it from home. I do virtual sessions.
Okay.
So come on
Virtual.
by.
So I think we talked about this the last time. So she is, as we said, a licensed counselor. So this is not something we're just talking about. She is a licensed professional counselor and certified substance abuse counselor. And sometimes we look at substance abuse just as being drugs and alcohol. There's some other things sometimes
Ooh, yes, yes.
that
And
we abuse.
we can
Mhm,
abuse things, and I tell people think everything in moderation.
mhm,
Everything in
mhm.
moderation. People don't realize that they can get addicted to exercise. Look
Mhm,
at the gym rats who don't do anything but live in the gym. Look at the
mm,
people who overeat. We
mhm.
There's so many things.
So
Yes.
many things. So go on over to that website, www.brookslpc.com.
Mhm.
And what's your Facebook? Where can they find you on Facebook?
So you can find me on Facebook at Erika Brooks, and Erica spelled Erika. I had my
Mhm.
mother had to do it a little different. Erika Brooks, LPC CSAC.
Okay.
And on Instagram, it's Erica.lpc.
All right. I'm trying to type fast.
That's
LPC,
okay. LPC
LPC.
CSAC. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Facebook, I wanted to put it up here so you can capture it if you want to.
Yes.
Just take a
And you'll
take a
see my
photo.
picture pop up. I'm on
Mhm.
I'm on there, and so I check my messages. I don't do therapy through social media, but I will talk to you and we can set up something.
And you do accept insurance, correct?
Yes, I do accept insurance and I do
Mhm.
accept self-pay. Mhm.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. So there you have it, ladies. There's so many different things that you can chat with Erica about, as we talked earlier, if it's grief, if it's, just some other issues that you want to talk about, whatever.
Mhm. Mhm.
She is an excellent source. We enjoy having you every time you come here. Listen, Erica will be back with us in, I think we said May, right?
May,
We're May.
yes.
So May, the second Monday in May. And listen, you guys can even let us know if there's a subject that you'd like for us to
Mhm.
talk about. And you can pop that in any of my shows. Let me know, or just send me an inbox, whatever, or send me an email. I don't know what my email address is. You can send me an email on something. Just let me know, and we'll go ahead. There's my email address, I believe.
Mhm.
Yes. New G Praise Productions. Make sure you put the S on there at gmail.com. And we will be glad to, bring these chats to you. It's just something that, popped in my spirit to do for this year, because I believe that as we go forward, every now and then we need to be reminded that we have to take care of us. When you get so busy doing things, you forget to take care of
We
you.
do. We
But
do.
we want to make sure that you are reminded to take care of yourselves. Thank you
And
so
Miss
much for
Gwen, I just one little tidbit to drop to your audience that
yeah.
a lot of
Oh,
people don't
yes.
know. We're
Yes.
I'm gonna be starting a podcast. So we will, yes, and I would love to invite you. So we are gonna grab our coffee mugs. As you can see, I've got my little lady here. I'm not bossy, I'm the boss. We will have our tea and we will sip and talk about therapy, enlightenment, education, and all things related.
Yay.
So that's a little surprise for
Awesome.
you.
Okay, that was a surprise, and I'm excited. Now, tell us also about your new release.
Yes, so I am a part of Positioned to Pivot. It
Mhm.
is an anthology with several wonderful ladies about how to position yourself to pivot for your business. And
Mhm.
so you will be able to read my chapter, which I wrote about how I pivoted in my life to become where I am today. It starts off with talking about therapy and how I've used those techniques throughout the rest of my life.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Dr. Tab has joined us.
Dr.
Hey, Dr.
Tab in the
Tab.
house.
Thank you
She
for
is one of my co
popping.
authors.
Awesome, and happy birthday. I believe I saw somebody had a birthday.
Oh, yes. Happy birthday. Oh,
Yes, yes, yes. So there you have it. Now, how can they get the book?
you can order the book. I have the link listed on my Facebook page and my Instagram page, and it will be on the website, and I will drop it into the chat after we finish tonight so they can get that if they'd
Awesome,
like.
awesome, awesome. So again, that's that Facebook page if you do
Mm-hmm.
need it. There's that website,
Mm-hmm.
and so those things she will also drop in there as she said. So listen, thank you once again for joining me tonight. We
Thank you for
said
having me.
she asked me, is this 30 minutes or an hour? I said, no, it's supposed to be a 30-minute show, but we always know how this goes. So thank you, ladies, for hanging out with us and not giving up on us. And listen, before I don't want everybody to leave, I want to tell you about any event that's coming up for those of you who love to celebrate yourselves and celebrate even as we were talking about the Valentine's Day. So I just wanted to, and I'm probably not doing this right, so it's probably not going to pop up. But I'll share my screen here. So I have a window. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So I have a friend of mine. She's having an event coming up Let's see if I
Oh,
can make it a little
we can
bigger.
see it.
There.
Oh, there it is.
All
Mm-hmm.
right, heart conversations. And she is a therapist and love coach, Felicia
Ah.
G. Now, this is for singles and married folks, I believe. So anyone can come. And it says, What I Wish I Knew Before I Said I Do, and the Love
Mm.
Lessons in Love for Singles and Couples. It is adults only. There is a seminar on March the 16th at 1:30 to 4:30 at the Meadowdale Library right here in North Chesterfield. And then there's an after party on the next day, the 17th of March, from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Tobacco Company Restaurant. I heard it's a great
Ah,
place. I've never been
yes,
there.
it is. It's very nice.
Yeah, and included is food, fun, games, love connection, newlywed game, dating game, and more. Just $75 per person. So,
Okay.
listen, I just wanted to share that with you all. So if you're not doing anything on March 16th and 17th, make sure that you go on out and that you would indulge the love coach, therapist, and love coach, and she is a certified therapist as well,
All right.
or licensed therapist.
Okay. Okay.
She actually, I believe, was an RN. She is
Mm-hmm.
RN. She's a therapist. She's got a lot going on. So
Oh, wow.
she's also a poetry author. So
Oh,
she does wonderful, wonderful, wonderful things.
okay.
Hey, Dana, thank you so much for
Hey,
joining us on
Dana.
tonight. So, listen, thank you once again. Make sure that you go on over to Amazon. You can get Position to Pivot, but
Mm-hmm.
also you can pick up your Perfectly Flawed The Diamond Status by yours truly, Gwen Finley. Listen, we're getting on out of here together tonight.
All
So thank
right.
you once again, and have a wonderfully blessed evening. Good night, everybody.
Good night.